Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. I think that might have been a little off that last note. My bad. I ain't mean to start this thing off on a wrong note, but goodness gracious. So I get in the car this morning to take my daughter to school, and I hear Alex Jones' voice, and I'm like, hold up. I know I didn't, I know I left the radio on. So I'm looking at it, it's like, okay, it's the radio, and it's on KCO Day's show, but the clip he played was kind of like one of his metaphors. But at the same time, you never know. You got some crazy people out there. So anyway, that's the part I wanted to look at for a second, because on the one hand, he played some AJ on the mainstream radio, which kind of brings attention to his personality. But at the same time, it was more of one of the more demonstrative, one of the more, I guess, figuratively graphic um, portions of his podcast or of his radio show, of his live stream, of his organization. So, in that respect, could shed a bad light on him. And then later on, I take my other daughter to school. Excuse me. And he has Todd Schnitt on. And, I used to listen to Todd Schnitt um, a few years ago, but it was almost like, I was listening to another liberal from New York, you know. Nothing wrong with, New York liberals and as individuals. I'm just saying it's just on the radio, it just sounded like he was like on the fence. So it was like and he almost comes off as a never Trumper. But at the same time, he made a decent point, I believe, where he said, after they voted to continue with the budget and pass the budget and whatnot, Trump came out and said that Chuck Schumer caved. And I laugh because that's classic Trump, dude. There's no reason for Schumer to even make that a big deal, and actually Alex Jones went into that, where he quoted someone who said that the main reason why that happened and they had these women's marches is to take some light off of uh, the successes that Trump's had. And I'm not saying that Todd Schnitt is completely against Trump. It just comes off as okay. Sometimes you go over the top to try to play the other side's tune, a little bit too much, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. You just it just feels like and I get it, dude. And look, I get it, I get it, Casey. I love your show, man. I love it. You are awesome. You're an amazing, personality on the radio, and I hope all the success to you. Um, yeah, man. It's just a thought. It's just something I was thinking about this morning when I heard it, and much respect. I like what you do. You got, I like your style. I don't know where you're from. It doesn't matter. I was born in shoot, dude. I was born in Pennsylvania, up near Philadelphia, but I've lived here in North Carolina for most of my all my adult life, but most of my life. So I kind of, having been, associated with, so many different people, as I'm sure you guys have been. Um, and I live here in North Carolina, as I'm sure, I think Casey does. I think that's where it's based out of. But and I love North Carolina, and I love North Carolinians. Um, we got some knuckleheads just like everybody else. But whatever. Everybody got to deal with their own knuckleheads. So here's a clip I wanted to play that was kind of more indicative of what, I guess, if I had my druthers, maybe I would have played this small clip. And then I got a clip of Mr. Trump, which kind of, personifies everything that he pretty much is about. Not about everything. I'm just saying that would be too much but this is a small part of it. The man doesn't mind heat. If you're going to step into that arena, then he doesn't mind taking some heat, but at the same time, things got to make sense. Which is kind of what Todd Schnitt was saying. Come on, man, lighten up. How's that going to help in the future when you're trying to negotiate these things? You just like took a swipe at the man. He just said, "All right, I get it. I agree with that." So let's play this.
This is going to be an incredible week. Got Davos kicking off. We're going to have President Trump there. We've got mainstream headlines. Newsweek, killed Trump with his own weapon. Protesters march against president ahead of Davos. Kill Trump is the name of the march. And there's Newsweek promoting it. Davos 2018, Donald Trump delivers special address at World Economic Forum despite protest. And they're using the right wing to attack Trump, just like they said he was going to sell us out on DACA. He didn't, of course.
Right.
They're saying, oh, he's going to Davos. He's a globalist. No, his actions are killing globalism, returning power to America, killing TPP, renegotiating NAFTA and GATT, not doing one-sided deals.
Right.
And you already see the economy roaring back. And that's what this government shutdown is all about, was for the one-year anniversary of his election to not have it be the incredible oxygen that's come back into the room, the big, deep breath of fresh air of hundreds of billions of dollars paid to workers in bonuses and pay increases, the military getting pay increases, 26,000 in the stock market, thousands of companies moving back, the massive tax cuts, the corporations coming back, Apple coming back. Apple's announcing major moves back here and high-paying jobs under U.S. regulations. It won't be suicide nets.
Hey, man, I saw that Wells Fargo's doing the $15 minimum wage thing, which is cool, but I wonder about those people who are in those jobs now who are already at $15, who has some seniority and some, time in. Do their wages go up?
And forced abortion and drugging the plant workers. It'll be actual Apple factories. Sure, it won't be perfect, but it'll be high paid comparatively. And the announcement they've made is $350 billion. That was Tim Cook last week. Look, I got to stop right there. They just don't want a discussion of this, as I said last Friday. And that's what Mulvaney, White House spokesman, says Democrats shut down government to avoid talking about Trump's success. Instead, the Schumer right now, they're about to vote in the Senate. And they say, oh, tune in at 11 Central. And then they make you sit there and wait while Schumer and the Democrats, those old, evil, racist mummies who use race baiting to control people, that use third world labor to drive down everybody's wages. I mean, the Democrats have 3 times the money of the Republicans if you stack the wealth up. Just in the Congress, in the House and Senate. Look it up. They've done the math of billionaires. Did you know that 99% of billionaires are, quote, liberal worldwide? They're not liberal. They want global government to control people and to get people dependent so that they don't know how to take care of themselves. So this is what's happening. And as Mulvaney's pointed out, Trump isn't demanding a bunch of stuff. He's ready to compromise. He isn't weaponizing things, saying, you give me exactly what I want because I have the trifecta, or I will do whatever I want. No. They had a deal to legalize 800,000 people. That's what he said back in the campaign. You've lived here for 20-something years. You don't have a criminal record. You were here when you were a young person. We'll make it faster for you to be a citizen, and we'll make it faster for everybody.
Boom.
But the Democrats want it super hard to become a citizen.
Boom.
So that you're a permanent underclass they control.
Boom.
But it's blowing up in the Democrats' face right now, so they're starting to say, okay, maybe we will end the shutdown because America sees through it. And I see a lot of hope happening. Zucker was fired at CNN last Friday, as we told you 4 months ago he would. Roger Stone had dinner. They're always accusing Roger of having dinner with the Russians or made up crap. He had dinner with the people and was told it's a done deal. He is gone by January of next year, and he's gone. And suddenly CNN, over the weekend on 3 different shows, this is coming up in the next segment, we might just play it now, said Russiagate is over. Everybody's sick of it. They're tired of it. It's not real. You talk to people out in the middle of the country and all over the country, they're tired of it. They see the economy coming back. There's a real sense that it's really going to come back this time. Well, guess what? This whole country was built on bubbles. China has bubbles 5 to 10 times bigger than ours with more government money put in. We're just simply having a bubble for the people now, and that's a lot better than a total implosion. And I started to look at everybody out there promoting that America's going to implode and that bubbles are bad, but they're all riding the Chinese bubble and invested there. Oh, and I forgot to mention it. The communist Chinese are all over the news, siding with the Democrats in our internal politics, saying the shutdown shows America's economy's bad and we're not going to come back, on and on and on. And they've lowered their taxes to 0 to counter Trump's tax cuts to 15% for corporations.
Uh-oh.
And they're involved paying off all our major universities. That was even in the Washington Post last week. And Twitter, in internal videos, admits they take orders from the Chinese government. They have direct managers that take directives from the People's Party over there, which is an unelected group of dictators, an oligarchy. You can't make this up. China is in our business, folks. They're in their own people's business. You're a Buddhist. They catch you practicing that in your house. You're going to a work camp until somebody wants your organs and you're going to be harvested. But that's liberal. The left would sit there and rip the livers out of those Chinese women and just shove them in their fat mouths if they could. I'm telling you. The left loves power. Raw evil. And they get every sycophantic, cowardly scumbag who wants to have a piece of the power to get in there and screw everybody over till the automated technocracy is in place. And these idiots and all these underground Twitter videos, Project Veritas, all go, we're putting in automation now and it'll be much easier. You won't be there anymore, dumbass. It's going automated, fool.
Man.
So again, Trump's going to be in Davos in 3 days. We're going to be covering it all. I said I was going to send a crew, but I just don't think I have the capital, quite frankly. I only put up a donate button. People want to give us, $20,000 to send a crew there. It's very.
So yeah, that's that. That would be a better clip to choose from. Actually, you know what? In the morning, I understand, dude. I understand. I get it. But maybe they'll go check that out. But here's the point I wanted to make on the Trump hold the tweet after the fact. And I think he says it best. Okay, so I'm going to play that clip. This came from that meeting when the Democrats and the Republicans were there and they were talking and stuff. And matter of fact, I'm gonna back it up because I think I want to hear what's his name's part of it, Lindsey Graham. Because this is how he responded to it.
And you need to close the deal.
Hold on, did y'all hear that? Boom.
And I can hear the drumbeat coming. Right-wing radio and TV talk show hosts are going to beat the crap out of us because it's going to be amnesty all over again. I don't know if the Republican and Democratic Party can define love, but I think what we can do is do what the American people want us to do. 62% of the Trump voters support a pathway to citizenship for the DACA kids if you have strong borders. You have created an opportunity here, Mr. President, and you need to close the deal.
Okay, that was the sound.
Thank you, Lindsay. You know, it's very interesting because I do have people that are, let's just to use a very common term, very far right and very far left. They're very unhappy about what we're doing, but I really don't believe they have to be, because I really think this sells itself. And, you know, when you talk about comprehensive immigration reform, which is where I would like to get to eventually, if we do the right bill here, we are not very far away. You know, we've done most of it. If you want to know the truth, Dick, if we do this properly, DACA, you're not so far away from comprehensive immigration reform. And if you want to take it that further step, I'll take the heat. I don't care.
Boom. Okay, so this is a cordial exchange right here. This was before all the S-hole comments, before, you know, before all of that. This is in front of the cameras, of course, so, you know, but behind the cameras, you know, they be saying some, you know, stuff too. So did you hear what he just said, though? Let's take it back just a hair, if I can, just a hair. We're not far. Boom.
If you want to know the truth, Dick, if we do this properly, DACA, you're not so far away from comprehensive immigration reform. And if you want to take it that further step, I'll take the heat. I don't care.
The heat.
I don't care. I'll take all the heat you want to give me. And I'll take the heat off both the Democrats and the Republicans. My whole life has been heat. I like heat in a certain way.
I like
but
heat in a certain
I will.
way.
I mean, you are.
He said, I'll take the heat. I like heat in a certain way. That's the gist of it, dude. He likes heat in a certain way. You know, and if you're gonna really, there was no reason for there to be a shutdown at that point. They were already talking about working something out on DACA. So that was just he was trying to throw some shade. Schumer and the I gotta say Democrats, because I feel like if it had gone through, but right then at that table, they could have written that up. And then Feinstein tried to come back and say, no, a clean DACA deal. And they tried to make Trump seem like he didn't know what he was talking about. It says, oh, yeah, clean DACA deal. And in his mind, clean meant border security, the wall, ending chain migration, and ending the visa lottery system, the lottery visa system or whatever. So he was like, okay, give me this. And then, yeah, clean lottery bill. Yeah, it's all good. And then they had to, said, no. It's like, look, this is what I want. That's what you want. Let's get it done. Boom. And then we could talk about the thing. But they don't want him to have that success. That's why they came back and did what they did. So, it's, I love you, brother. Casey, keep it going. Try to throw in a decent, a slightly less, in the eyes of the people, over the top clips. If I could, lend that request. Anyway, peace out. This is D-Train. D-Train's Bunk. Peace out. Y'all have a good one.